Hey everyone, this is Pete, and welcome back to Atari ST A to Z, a series of short playthroughs of Atari ST games, some which I grew up with and some which are new to me. Today is one of the former, although I never actually owned this game. Today we're looking at Rana Rama. This was a 1988 release by Hewson, originally developed by Steve Turner and converted to Atari ST by James Hutchby. Now this is actually a surprisingly complex game under the hood. Just looking at it, it looks like a fairly conventional sort of gauntlet style dungeon crawler, but there's a lot of sort of statistics and calculations and role-playing game style stuff going on under the hood in this one. It's actually been extensively reverse engineered. If you look it up online, you'll find some very detailed exploration of the mechanics and how it all works. But thankfully, you don't need a sort of comprehensive understanding of how it calculates everything in order to enjoy the game. Now, Rana Rama is probably most widely known among a lot of ST owners as part of the 13-disc Super Pack. There was a bundle you could buy with an Atari ST. So it came with the computer, everything you need to get started, and then 13 discs of software, mostly games. And this was succeeded by, I think, the Discovery Pack and the Power Pack, but the Super Pack was one of the first ones, I think. And that's actually where I encountered this one. A friend of ours had the Super Pack for their Atari ST, and we borrowed the discs a couple of times. And absolutely, positively, definitely did not copy them for ourselves. But anyway, besides it being known for that, this is also a pretty well-established and quite influential game in its own right. There are some developers of other Atari ST games in particular who have specifically cited this game as having an inspiration on them or inspiring them to do specific things with their games. So, let's go play Rana Rama.
Okay, here we are with Rana Rama. Now, you know, sometimes when you think back on days gone by and you just have really random memories of certain things, this title screen is one of those things. Like, for some reason I really remember this music and that Rana Rama sample at the beginning. I don't know why I remember that, because I didn't play this game all that much back in the day. But it evidently left a bit of an impression on me, so I thought we'd play it today. So, in this game, you are a sorcerer's apprentice who has been turned into a frog, but still has his magical faculties fully intact. And it is your job to wander around these dungeons and defeat enemies and deal with the evil warlocks who have slaughtered your mentor. Not sure what that did. These little glyph things on the floor, they do various things. So this one that I've just stood on here is basically lets you see a status screen. So at the moment, power spell is essentially the thing that keeps you alive. So you can find more powerful power spells, and you'll see that there's a power drain indicator there. So there's basically like a constant drain on your magical power based on things like the defense spells that you are maintaining and how much damage you take and that sort of thing. So the better the power spell you've got, the more magic spells you're able to do. And if you actually scroll down through here, you can see a few more details about these spells that you've got. And also the enemies you'll encounter as well. Like I say, there is a lot of interesting mechanics going on in this game under the hood. How do I get out of here? There we go. If you look up Rana Rama reverse engineering, there is someone has done a very substantial analysis of all the game mechanics at work in this game. And there are a lot of them. I do appear to be trapped though. So that weird noise I'm making when I'm standing still, that's my especially a search spell. Oh, you can destroy those, that's good. That's basically a search spell, so that lets you look for secret doors and so on. So it's worth doing that every so often. And you'll notice that the rooms are being uncovered gradually and a bit at a time with this sort of fog of war system. Now that side of things is the bit of this game that I would describe as being influential. So if you're at all familiar with the Gremlin graphics game called Switchblade, which is developed by a guy called Simon Phipps, Phipps specifically cited... Oh, that's a warlock there. Yeah, Phipps specifically cited this game as an example of something that inspired him. So he was... There we go. Sorry, I had to concentrate on that for a minute. He was very much inspired by the fog of war system in this game and thought it was really cool. So he used it in Switchblade. Now, Switchblade is a side-scrolling 2D platformer, but it's still heavily exploration-based, and so... Oh dear, I'm dead. Oh, I'm not dead. It's just my power spell has expired, so... I am now mortal until I can cast another one. Well, another warlock there. Let's deal with him. So this sequence here, you have to swap the letter tiles over and spell out the word Rana Rama before the life force at the bottom of the screen runs out. And if you can do that, then the warlock explodes into runes, which you can then use to cast more spells. And all is good. And what I'm doing here is destroying monster generators so that they don't keep respawning. Can't destroy that thing. This spinny thing here, you can collect that to restore your power. Not the spell you've got. Not the spell you've got, but the sort of hidden power rating that you have. I don't think it actually says anywhere how much power you've got left. You just have to sort of figure that out for yourself. Now, I should be able to upgrade these somehow by casting a new spell. How do I do that? Oh, okay, I need runes for it. So here you can see upgrading the psychic spell. Oh yeah, that is the level 2 power spell. So if I want to cast the psychic spell, I need these runes, and if I want to cast the symbiotic spell, I need those runes there. Have I got those? I do, so I can go straight to level 3 power. And I've still got a few runes left that I can hopefully spend on increasing my attack power, maybe? My defense. Let's increase attack power. There we go. And I've still got 1 rune left. Anything I can cast that on? No. Okay, so it is intelligent enough to actually only list the spells that you're able to upgrade to now. So I should have more powerful shots now. It is a little bit exacting about where you need to stand in order to do things like go through doors and destroy the enemy generators and such like, but yeah, it's not a super fast-paced game, so it's not a game where you need to rush around or anything like that. So you can take the time to get into position and that sort of thing. Is there nothing in here? Apparently nothing. Oh, there's a door at the other end there. Oh no, I went that way, didn't I? Because that's where the sarcophagus thing is. Is there anything? Yes, there is. There's a secret door. That's what you find spells for. So you see, just despite the whole frog thing, in a lot of ways this is a fairly conventional dungeon crawler. And I'm not sure, but I think there might be some random generation going on, because this level that I'm playing here is certainly different to what I played when I was just testing this game earlier. There's our map. Or maybe it's just a different part of this level. I don't know, hard to say. That one might be a warp. Yes, so that one allows us to go down to the next level. But I think you can actually go back if you want to. Oh, that's interesting. There's a floor in between. Very interesting. That's the sound of your power restoring. Really not sure what that does. Hope it's nothing bad. Ambushed by a sorcerer. Easy peasy. Some more runes for me, thank you very much. No, I missed one because I went into another room. Because I'm dumb. Is that enough to get a new spell? Let's have a look. We can upgrade our defense. Or we can see where the warlocks are on the map. Wish I wouldn't keep accidentally triggering that, because it plays that sample every time you go in there. And you can't go off that screen until the sample's finished. Let's take the shield spell. Power drain is still minimum. Because I've got that more powerful power spell now. So we're in a good state, I think. And I can definitely feel the additional power of those enhanced missiles. There's those flaming enemies we just saw a moment ago. Those take 2 hits at the beginning of the game. And now they're only taking 1, so that's nice. Where are you coming from? From there, I'd wager. So yeah, a lot of this game is sort of figuring out what the different things on screen represent and what you can do with them, and whether you should be destroying them or trying to pick them up or interact with them. Mostly, it's destroy them, it has to be said. The only things you really need to interact with rather than destroying are the warlocks. And you can actually engage them in combat rather than the tile swapping game if you prefer as well. But it's generally quicker and easier to just play the tile swapping game instead. Because, as you can see, it's not super difficult. More runes for me, thank you very much. Oh, they ran away. That's not nice. Another warp there. Lots of doors. Let's explore this level a bit more before we go into that warp then. Oh, I think I'm low on power. I guess that's what that means. Does this restore power? No. So we need to find some of those spinny diamond things in order to restore my power. Not those. Okay, so my power spell's expired again. So now I can continue as a mortal until that power runs out, and that's when your game's over. Oh god, low on power already. I think I'm going to die. Yeah, there we are. Dead! High score! Okay, so hopefully that's given you a good idea of what that game's all about. It's a really interesting game, actually. And it's one of those ones that I remember playing back in the day, but not really sort of understanding or appreciating fully. Because I was just sort of young enough to go, hee hee hee, frog. But once you know what's going on in that, and once you understand the mechanics that are running underneath it, and the way that you progress and power up your spells and that sort of thing, yeah, it's a really interesting game. Well worth exploring. And as I say, because this was so widely distributed as part of one of the ST bundles from back in the day, it's probably pretty easy to find in an original format as well. But if not, there are plenty of places online that can almost certainly help you track it down for yourself as well. So that was Rana Rama. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.